Namaste, World Raiser. So, do you need a guru in Hinduism, in Sanatana Dharma? Is it a requirement? So, yeah, yes and no. Because the main thing is the teachings, right? So, a lot of people, and I've talked to, quite a few Hindus, and they're saying that they're waiting, to find a guru before they even, begin and start on the spiritual teachings. So, a lot of them are practicing in the sense that they're going to the temple and they're feeling connected with the deity, and they're doing devotional practices and offerings, but they haven't really dived into any sort of scriptures, haven't read the Bhagavad Gita, and haven't really begun because they're waiting, right? And I gotta say, yeah, don't wait, because the guru, the teacher, is the teachings, right? The teachings, all of the higher scriptures and the teachings, they come from teachers, from enlightened beings, especially the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads. There's books like I Am That, for example, Nisargadatta Maharaj. So these were enlightened beings, and they're all teaching. And then, so that is the guru, right? So yeah, so these books are powerful, potent, sacred, and yeah, and don't be afraid that you need a guru, because the guru, if you go to a live guru, he's still just going to teach, right? There might be opportunities for questions to get clarifications and stuff, but you got to trust yourself and your intuition to be able to discern the teachings in the appropriate manner, because ultimately you're holding on to the intention in mind to understand and comprehend the teachings, and then the inner guru will arise within you, because God is within you. God is everything. So Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, teaches that everything is God. So literally you have access to that divine within you. So if you're studying the texts, you're going to understand it, to the potentiality that is possible for you at that time, which is always going to, go higher and higher. So the more times you read something, the more deeper the understanding, becomes. So it's very, very important to not delay. If you're feeling the call, if you're feeling like, a text is calling your name, then remember that is the guru. So whether you have a guru, live in the flesh that you see regularly, like once a week, and then you commit yourself to that, that's not always feasible in today's day and age, where everybody's busy. You gotta support yourself. Maybe you got a family, you gotta work, you gotta earn a living. So don't delay. I also met some people who were saying that, their parents, aren't too supportive of any sort of spiritual journey, at this time. And they're actually, telling kids, the younger generation, to not get spiritual. Like it's a waste of time. Like you got to focus on work and career and school and earning a living. And then it never begins until much, much later in life, where, in the later stages in this generation, it's more of like, been working and suffering for the whole lifetime without the wisdom to really help you, navigate the challenges of life. And then it becomes very, very difficult to have the motivation to really practice towards the end. And then it turns into just the regular, just the worship of the deity, and then waiting out till the time of death to hopefully attain moksha, right? I'm not saying that's not possible, but there's a greater chance of attaining the higher spiritual realms if one begins practicing spirituality through the various yogas, right? Knowledge, jnana yoga, super, super, super powerful. And that's the whole role of the guru, of the teacher, is to share that wisdom and that knowledge. And that's been done in the most profound ways, right? So you got the Sapta Rishis, the Upanishads, extremely high level of consciousness teachings, right? Ultimate reality. And the Bhagavad Gita are the main texts that all Hindus should be very, very familiar with, right? Just to understand that we're all within an infinite field of consciousness. We're all one in reality, either one family or one. And then we got to treat each other appropriately, right? Because this infinite field of consciousness, it's aware of absolutely everything. All of our actions, all of our behaviors, what we're doing to others, what we're putting out into the universe. Yeah, it comes back to us, right? Either in this lifetime or subsequent lifetimes. So if we want to escape samsara, which is really, yeah, it's nothing but up and down roller coaster of suffering. And if we want to escape it, then we got to do the work. We got to put in the practice. We got to understand what it's all about. So yeah, karma yoga, incredibly important. You know, practice. Selfless service, doing good to others, you know, sharing with others. And then bhakti is, of course, yeah, devotion, right? Well, when you understand the teachings, then you have a higher capability of even doing that, right? So the devotion increases the more you understand about the ultimate reality, the ultimate nature of God. And the supreme power of these deities, yeah, they exist. They're within the infinite field, and they're incredibly powerful, and they can help you, and they can guide you, and they can assist you. And on your journey, right? And then, of course, there's Raja Yoga as a practice, which is meditation, right? So it's very much stilling the mind, stilling the body, and then focusing that awareness. So it's really all about the consciousness, the awareness, yeah, and the heart, right? The energy of love, and then getting those synchronized, in sync, feeling what is arising, feeling the negativity as it comes up, letting it go, right? So very powerful practices. Forgiveness is huge, right? So we got to understand that, yeah, the things coming up for us, we got to own that, take that on as our karma, and then practice letting go of it. And there's going to be more and more tests on the way. So the meditation, yeah, is key. And then also prayer is a powerful practice. Prayer connects you to the divine, and you pray for the capacity to understand the teachings. You pray for the ability to let go. You, yeah, talk to God constantly. Say, yeah, dear Sri Krishna, you know, I had a bad day. Please help me to be able to behave better in this situation, to not lose my temper. Please give me strength, and please, yeah, forgive me for that negative behavior. And then to really, you know, make things right, right? You're putting that out into the collective field. So every time we do that, yeah, we get better and better at it. So then we're less reactive in the world, right? And then we're more conscious and proactive, right? So we can respond appropriately. We take a moment if we're really hurt, and then we sit with it, and then we can, yeah, try to make things right with the person. Or at the same time, if it's, yeah, if it's too difficult, then more time, you know, might be required. So you pray for them from a distance, right? So ultimately, yeah, we're talking about non-duality, oneness. That's the highest teachings. And then so how do we behave appropriately when we understand that truth? So that's what it's all about. Yeah, if you need a guru, that's going to be an inner longing, an inner decision. But I would say, yeah, don't wait. Don't wait, because it's also on the path. Study the scriptures. If you do have questions and then you're waiting for a guru, then that's possibly when, you know, a live teacher will appear. So anyways, I've had many gurus, many teachers, but ultimately, even one of the highest teachers ever, Lord Shakyamuni Buddha, he placed the teachings even above himself. He says the teachings and what is being taught by the teacher is more important than the teacher itself, right? So he had the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. The Buddha is the physical teacher, Dharma is the teachings, and the Sangha is the spiritual community, and the Dharma was the highest of those three. So the teachings, the teachings, the teachings. So get into it, I hope you guys do. Let me know if there's any scriptures you guys are studying. And yeah, really, really go for it. Set the intention. Seek the truth, what's going on in this reality, and then the right teachings will come to you, so you'll be guided. All right, thanks so much. Hope you guys are good on the path, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.